Make your idea exist first and then expand on it. What I mean by that is that when you have a thought and you're trying to come up ideas to create content around, hit record, do it imperfectly, get it all out, yap, whatever. Put it in your draft, come back to it. Fix it up a little bit. Expand on the ideas that you already create. What I realized, this is what I realized when I was posting on X, is that I can just post my thoughts. And what that helps me do is be able to just get it out there. And then I kind of get feedback on what those thoughts are. But I also can kind of analyze and look at them as if I'm looking at notes. And then I can see, should I expand on this? Is that the entirety of that idea? Is there things in this idea that I need to improve on? Or should I just scratch it all in general? But you'll never really know until you start and get it out there, until you make it exist first. Sometimes the ideas that we have in our head don't fully ever make sense until you put it out there. And then you fully can understand whether or not it was a good idea or not. Because one, you're the only one that's giving you feedback, and that's your own mind, and it's kind of biased. When you put it out there, you get a little bit more feedback, and you can also analyze it yourself. One of the things you realize when you travel is that you really are just like a speck of dust in the grand scheme of things. And that's a good thing. That's a good perspective to have, because it humbles yourself. It humbles you down to not have this big old ego, especially when it comes to this social media world. It puts everything into reality and a perspective that's healthy. Because the social media space and this online world, with all the millions of followers, the views, the likes, makes you and trains you to, try to be this big fish in this big pond, when reality, even the celebrities, the influencers, the people that have billions of followers are just as a small speck of dust as you are. We all are. The world is huge. This universe is huge. And even the lifespan that we live on this earth and this planet is tiny. Now we got to make the most of it, yes. But when you step back and you widen your perspective, you can take a deep breath and realizing, one, a lot of things aren't so deep. A lot of things aren't so intense and crazy, and a lot of things that you're worrying about, you don't need to worry about. You can take a deep breath and realize everything's going to be okay. A lot of the anxiety that you're having is because you're not taking action and making decisions. That anxiety and worry that you have will go away once you make a decision. And a lot of times you already know what you need to make the decision on. You just need to make the decision. You don't need to gather more information. You don't need to try to go talk to other people and try to get more time, or even try to wait for God to approve it. Just make the decision. See, a lot of people live a life that haunts them, and they live a life full of regret because they don't make a decision, and they waste and miss the opportunities that can change the course of their life. It can ultimately change the whole course of your life if you make the decision. That anxiety that's building up, that's feeling like it's a weight on your shoulder crushing you, will go away once you make a decision. Because when you make the decision, you have more information. Whether it's that person that you're worried or whether or not they're gonna respond the way that you want them to respond. You won't know unless you talk to them and have that conversation. Or whether or not a job's going to accept you or not. You never know unless you apply. Or whether or not an idea that you have for a business will work out. You'll never know unless you start it. Make the decision. You'll get the information that can help take not only the anxiety away, but also move you forward, because you have gained more information by taking a step forward and learning.